So I just decided to jump on here real quick. It's going to be a quick little low quality video. So basically, if you guys are local here in West Palm Beach, there's a club slash Mexican diner slash bar that goes by the name of Banko. Anyways, Banko Cantina technically. Don't know if you guys can hear me that well. I'm outside. There's a lot of wind. Long story short, there has been a video all over social media, Facebook, Instagram, you name it, basically of a girl being sexually assaulted. I don't want to get too graphic. I'm not going to post the video. I'm not going to post it on YouTube. I'm not going to do that. But basically, the girl's kind of like getting fingered, I guess. Can I even say that word? I don't know. It's just very horrible. And Banco Cantina basically put out an incredibly insensitive, tone deaf statement that I have such a big issue with. And I'm going to get into that very, very, very soon. Just kind of like a quick little video of me and my friends talking about the situation. And to be honest, I have to say that 90% of the people in our community, 90% of the people in this city are with us on this. It's just completely disgusting, completely tone deaf, and just completely horrible that they would even say what they said, and allow this kind of situation to happen and develop in their establishment. The security, to say that their security is lacking is beyond what I could actually say about this. So just a couple voice recordings, and again, we all are on basically the same page in regards to this. We all agree that this should have never happened, and I really need to start bringing my GoPro because, like, compared this to my GoPro, it's nothing. But anyways, because it's happening really fast, because it's news that's constantly changing, I just wanted to go ahead and update on this and just basically tell you guys that this is unacceptable. Hopefully other people start talking about it. Hopefully other cities start talking about it. Hopefully other counties start talking about it, because it's actually really gross and disgusting, and it's pretty much local news right now, but I think it should be more than just that. So we will see what happens. So again, they said that basically she walked away from the whole incident and she was able just to walk out. To me, total BS. You can definitely tell that this poor woman is beyond drunk. To be honest, to me, she actually even looks like she's drugged. Just because of the way that she's acting, her body language, she's completely out of it. She's basically falling down. She's holding on to what I guess was presumed her ex or her boyfriend at the time. I don't know. The video just came out, and it's just so disgraceful and disgusting how people surrounded her. And first of all, you can't act like that in public. So regardless of the fact. But anyways, yeah, just wanted to go up here and just upload this real quick. Not the best quality video, but again, it just happened. So I wanted to just jump on it as soon as possible.
First of all, that girl was on some shit. And if, because some places make statements because they don't want to look bad, saying she was with a group of friends that's supposed to tell people, oh, it's our friend's fault. First of all, if you were with a group of friends and they see that happening, that doesn't add up to me. I think they're bullshitting about the group of friends. She probably was there, and she looked like one of those girls who go by herself, to be honest, because there's a lot of girls that go there by themselves, get super fucked up, or somebody puts something in their drink and they don't realize what the fuck they're doing. Because yeah, she's holding on to his neck, but her body language, you could just tell she's highly intoxicated. Like, that's fucking crazy. And the fact that those guys are like getting like a thrill out of it, and people around, that's stupid. First of all, I've been to Benko, and the shit that I've seen happen in there with um, their security is poor. I'm sorry to say, but for a nightclub that is constantly packed, when I tell you that place is packed, when I used to go, like, Mind you, the people that I went with used to do a lot of drugs, a lot of cocaine and stuff. And guess what? They still did that shit in there and never got caught with anything. So it's like their security is not good. Trust me, like the things I've seen in there, it's not good. And the amount of money that place makes, and Francis, you and I both know that place be popping. Like, there's no reason for the lack of security. One, two, one of my friends, he didn't have his ID, bitch, and he used somebody else's, and it clearly don't look like him. And guess what? They still let him in. So it's like I know what people are talking about with the lack of security, but they're trying to point it on the girl talking about she walked out perfectly fine. What? Are you kidding me? She probably don't even know what the fuck just happened. And if that was her fucking man, that's disgusting. Like she needs to get herself right.
It's the fact that, first of all, let's just start with their whole manipulative ass statement saying that if she basically
I know her pinky was
feels,
sore in the morning. That is so unfortunate.
yeah,
Cut his fingers and dick off.
they like if she feels, what do they say? If she feels, if she thought she was victimized, tell her to contact the West Palm Beach. Like, what kind of statement is that? Somebody was like, they feel like a guy wrote that because it was the most
I'm
manipulative.
sure it was a guy.
Yeah, like if she feels like
If
she's
she
victim
felt
enough.
like that. That's
Like,
like when people hurt, do something to piss you off and be like, if you felt like it. No, that's not an apology.
yeah, that's fucked up. And then them saying that she wanted to come back into the bar after being escorted.
She's
Like,
intoxicated. She could have
come
wanted to
on.
jump off the building. Does that make it fucking right?
Yeah, yeah. And for her to say that she was fully conscious when that girl was clearly falling over, like, are they fucking kidding? Like, they need to boycott and close them down because clearly they do not know, what. And then for them to even be like, oh, she declined to speak to the police. She's intoxicated. Like, she's gonna need a couple days to get that shit off. Like, what she probably is now figuring out, because this just happened. I mean, everybody's posting this like a few hours, like nine,
That must
ten
be
hours
so
ago.
embarrassing too.
Oh my god.
Can you
And
imagine?
then this nigga going like, and then it's everybody laughing and recording for me. Like, people are so dumb. How can you sit there and you see somebody getting fingered in front of everybody aggressively at that? It wasn't even
But it didn't
like a
even look like it hurt. But I mean, it didn't even like it looked like it hurt. Like I know she's gonna be sore.
girl.
There's just no way.
Francis says supposedly that was her man at the time. Still, like he,
She needs a
nah,
new man. She needs new friends, and she needs to get her shit together
yeah.
and make sure she puts herself in situations where she's either with people who can take care of her or she can take care of herself. Because people are not shit, and they're not gonna like
Sure.
like they're not gonna
Like, what
think
the
to be like,
fuck?
oh, oh, that's so sad.
Yeah. Literally, that just said everything you just said. Like, she needs a new set of friends, a new man, and to get herself together because that's just not gonna work.
Yeah.
And they need, and even if that is or is not her man, the statement by the company just says a lot that they don't give a fuck, and that they would just say anything to cover up their ass, talking about she walked out perfectly fine. She didn't even look perfectly fine in the video. How can a few minutes later she just walk out like she's perfectly fine when she's falling over in the video? And people should boycott them. People should, I'm surprised it hasn't even been on like the news, honestly, because I typed in the place. That's how I was like, what's going on? I had to go to Facebook just to find a video about it. Nobody, it's not on the news. It's like almost like they're just like hushing it up, putting it under the cut rug.
Well, that's why people fight for women's rights, love, because people really don't give a shit and they'll look for any reason to blame a woman. And yes, true, she should have been more responsible and she is an adult and next time she needs to do better. But when things like that happen, because they do happen all the time to men and women, it's more likely for a woman to get fingered or raped than a man to be asleep and a guy in the middle of a strip club or something to be getting his dick jacked off or something like that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like without consent.
yeah.
So it's just like that's when, as a community, we have to step up, reprimand the person, let them know next time you need to do better. But also the person who's doing
Hold
wrong,
them accountable.
hold them accountable, hold everybody accountable, and don't just go and do the default and blame it on the woman. Oh well, you shoulda, you shoulda, you shoulda. Well, fuck you.
You know,
Shit.
girl, I'll be pressing charges
Oh,
like a
it's
bitch.
Ramadan. I need to stop. You guys, if you hear and do the default and blame it on the woman. Oh well, you shoulda, you shoulda, you shoulda. Well, fuck you.
You know,
Shit.
girl, I'll be pressing charges
Oh,
like a
it's
bitch.
Ramadan. I need to stop.
You guys, if you hear me cussing or Linda cussing, please remind us. Like, we need to really calm down with our cussing. Yes, it's a holy month. It's a holy month. You know what she should do? Sue them. I'll be like, I don't even know him. I wouldn't even claim him. I'll be like, I don't know him. And I didn't have no friends. I don't have no friends, you know? I would sue. Bitch lonely. Oh, I would sue. Do you hear me? I'm talking about multi-million dollar lawsuit. Because that's sexual assault. Sue him.
I agree. That statement was all kind of fucked up and pointing fingers at her. Like, if she's victimized, she could go to a police station. Excuse me? If the incident happened on your property, legality, you are liable for that incident. Don't talk about she walked out perfectly fine. If the incident happened at your place of business, it is your business why it happened, how it happened, and why it lasted so damn long. So the problem is the whole statement, okay? Like, legally, they're liable for it because it happened with their security present and on their business property. Like, I don't get this whole statement talking about she could go to a West Palm Police Department and file a claim if she would like to. Like, what? Like, not even like, we are super sorry. We've already talked to our security team about being more proactive, especially with a serious incident like what happened on blah 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 blah. We do apologize sincerely to the victim and to her family and to the lack of our security at that time. We have taken big precautions and we have reevaluated some of our security team and actually hired a better team. Whatever the fuck. That's something they should have said, Not, oh, the victim was perfectly fine. She walked out. She was with a group of friends. And matter of fact, she left perfectly fine. And if she wants to talk to the police, they are aware, they have the videos and they can handle it. The fuck?
That's just crazy. And like you said, they didn't even apologize. They didn't say they're sorry. They didn't say we're. All they said was we regret. That's it. But it's not an apology. They never apologized. They never apologized for their security. They never apologized for lacking on their part. Because, like you said, it lasted long enough. I mean, that's just a little clip. Who knows how long it actually lasted? Yeah, people, nobody stopped. Because I mean, if you're in there and you see something like that, like within the first 3 seconds, somebody should have stepped up and stopped it. Not, I mean, even if that was her boyfriend, hey, she's about to expose herself. You see that she's not aware. Like, no, nobody tried to do anything. Everybody's just laughing and pulling out their phone and recording. And that's really sad. That is so sad. Like, it's like people who, like if you see somebody falling out or passing out and they're wearing a dress, like, common decency would be to, like, make sure their dress doesn't come up. You know what I mean? But you see something like that, you would think that somebody would have stepped up and been like, hey, dude, let's stop or stop it, or that security. Was the proof that there was no freaking real man anywhere near that situation. Mm-mm. And I know there was a bunch of men there. Oh yeah, everybody. And no real ladies either. Yeah. Like, lifting up like females. Like, there was nobody there who thought, oh, they need to let me help sis, or oh, let me help her. She could be my mother or my sister or something. Maybe she doesn't know him. Like, just letting her just girl. I mean, just a whole mess, honestly, and they should really be ashamed. And I'm gonna make sure I remember this restaurant, banko, cantina, or club, whatever it is, and I'm staying 100 feet away because I mean, yeah. Don't get.
Honestly, he should have, because it was a man who wrote that shit right there. He should have fucking made a woman write it, because even if, guys, like, this is a business, even if she was in the wrong or the guy was in the wrong or they were in a relationship, whatever the fucking eyes of the people of the internet are considering, you need to be proactive on that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's your business, it's your brand, it's your company. You don't want people to think that you don't take that seriously. You know what I'm saying? So even if whatever the fucking story is, what an outsider looking in sees, that's what you need to understand. And that's what you need to apologize for, whether your business was at fault or not at fault. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. That's what a real business owner does. But I've been to Banco and all the people there are childish. Like, they are big security guys, but they joke around and they play around too fucking much. You know what I'm saying? Like, the security team at my job, they don't play around. Like, they mean business, okay? And that's what's wrong with that place, because every time I've encountered a security, he's young macho man who wants to joke around and be like kikiing. So it's like, they need to reevaluate their business as a whole and how they operate. And I do believe the owner is a male and he's like a macho male. So it's like those kind of guys, they don't understand certain situations.
Thing.
I was just saying, don't get drunk or too intoxicated in that place
Or
and
don't
not
even
have
go.
any. No, I'm
Like,
just saying, like, God forbid you want to be like single and you don't have any friends. You want to go and just have a good time. Don't go and do anything like there. You get taken advantage of and
yeah.
have nobody stick up for you.
Yeah, and then it's crazy because this is triggering. What I'm seeing, a lot of women are being triggered by this story. Like one of them who shared it, she was saying like she's been raped multiple times, and like I don't know if she was saying like in public places or what, but it's happened multiple times. She was like it's triggering to see somebody going through that, and like she felt it. Like a lot of women are really feeling for this person, whoever this lady is. And like I said, I'm surprised that the news wants to cover everything else. It's a local story, and yet nobody is talking
It
about
says
it.
nothing.
Nothing. Not, hey, let's find this girl. Let's help her. Let's make sure she's okay. Because honestly, she's probably waking up looking at their statement, manipulating her, probably making her feel bad,
Yeah.
and making her feel like it's her
And
fault.
that's what happens. Like, oh my God, I can't say anything because I'm the one who did X, Y, and
Yeah,
Z. But that's not the main point.
yeah. And then if she goes to the police, they're probably gonna make her feel bad too. Like, well, what were you doing? And like how they are, they be questioning and stuff. They don't be. It depends on if they're really trying to help or if they really don't care. So it's just, oh, it sucks.
Bitch, I've been to that place and honestly, it's a young crowd. It's not like if I was there, I would have been like, nigga, what the fuck are you doing? You would have saw me in that video, like stepping in between them, like, yo, she's intoxicated. If this is your girl, do this at fucking home, not here with people and their cameras and shit. Like, come on. Like, I would have definitely been in that video because I've always been that person when I go out. I'm the caregiver. I turn into like a mom, especially when I see people drunk and intoxicated, don't know what they're doing. But again, that place is a very young group of people that are not thinking. They're highly drunk. Their bartenders overly provide drinks to people who are already intoxicated that should already be cut off. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people don't care anymore. People, they want money, so they overly intoxicate people. One. Two, the business makes so much money they lack in other places that they're not paying attention to. You know what I'm saying? I've been there plenty of times and I've always had a great time. That was a long time ago. But I also noticed things like that were just lacking. Like if you see it that like and your security team is right there, what the fuck? Like you guys should immediately stop that kind of shit. Like as you see shit happening like that, you should immediately stop it and escort both of them out. Like, just it is what it is. And of course, she's fucking drunk as hell. She's gonna want to come back in the club. She don't know what the fuck just happened. She don't know what's happening. She just knows she's getting kicked out and she wants to be back in the club. That's how any intoxicated person is. Talking about she wanted to come back in. The fuck? Like, oh my God, I can't. They don't understand what they just did to their business. Is never gonna be the same. The business is never gonna be the same at all. They have to understand if no women are there, no men will be there.
Everybody agrees that it was definitely a male that wrote that because that was just the most manliest writing I've seen.
Toxic
And
masculinity on fleek.
toxic, and it shows. And then you saying about the security, I mean, that just shows that speak like that. There it is. It's a place for men to do whatever they want to do and get away with it, and the business will literally not hold them accountable, and just like the world does, pretty much. So, I mean, it's sad and it's unfortunate, and sis needs to get some legal actions done. I don't care if it was your boyfriend or what, like assault, rape, it all it's there's no limit to it. Spouses get sexually assaulted and raped all the time. So honestly, and it was done in a public place. So sis, I'd be suing everybody, and maybe even figuring out who was recording too. Hold them accountable. I mean, when are we gonna start holding everybody accountable? You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like in Islam, aren't like if this is an Islamic
Can you hold this for
perspective,
me?
wouldn't the witnesses that did nothing about it, wouldn't they be held accountable too?
Yeah, Islamically. Yeah, our
Yeah.
religion.
In our religion, like everybody would, all those people who were in front with their cameras out laughing and
They
recording.
would actually get they would get actually doubled the sin for seeing it and not doing anything
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I feel like that's the worst. Now it's different like if it was a group of people and it's a dangerous situation, but if it's not going to affect you in your life and you can actually do something and you choose not to, I feel like that's worse than, like yeah, that I feel like that's the worst thing you can do is just sit there and not do anything. I agree. I agree with everything you just said. I agree with everything. And I hope that people really stick to not going because this is what happens. Things get pushed under,
Mhm.
they get forgotten about.
Mhm.
We let a few months go by, they let everybody get all so upset,
Mhm.
and then everybody just forgets. And then before you know it, business is back up. Like, we need to, women need to start really standing their ground because think about it, there's more women out here than there are men, according to science or, or census or whatever. And if we literally came together just like the guys go together. They be trying to protect women, but let's be honest, it be men, all men be protecting each other.
Yeah.
If we start really binding together, I mean, we're already stronger than them in every kind of way. If we really start helping each other and being a unity and really, like, come on, like, really, like, coming together, especially Palm Beach and all these women there, at least not the toxic ones, because some women be like, well, it was her fault, but like, we can really make a difference and show these people that they're not gonna sit here and do stuff like that and get away with it. Like, literally, we got to start. Just like I feel like with a lot of things, we like even in the black community, we need to start really stepping up together and start showing people, hey, you're not gonna do this to me anymore. You know what I mean? I mean, it's easier said than done, but that's how we gotta get
We have to
to the
start
future.
somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere because this is it's getting out of hand. It's already like with the women's issue is such a big thing. It's crazy how big of an issue it is already. I mean, they're already trying to like make it so that guys can't come out at night in the UK and stuff because it's just so bad.
You know
Like
that Nigerian
people,
guy I always debate with?
yeah,
He's like, oh, this is taken away. So there's this Nigerian guy that he's a Muslim guy that's been following me on my social media since I was like 14, and he's like, literally, me and Linda have had so many debates with him, and he's like, oh, when it comes to the what's it called? He's like, oh, this is taking away human rights and this and this, because I'm like, well, why don't you guys just see how the statistics will go down if you just give it like give it a trial, and if it really shows that by men being in by a certain time saves lives, then why not? We give up shit all the time. Oh no, but this is taken away. Like, it's just ridiculous. They don't ever want to give up anything, but they want us to give up everything, and it's just
literally
it's
everything.
annoying.
Ain't no man walking past a group of guys clenching their penises in their wallets because they think they about to get jumped and raped.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, walking at night, you know what I mean? Like, I was just in a taxi just now and I wasn't scared, but he was so rude that it just makes me it gives me anxiety and it makes me all super alert. Like, okay, like, what if he gets so upset with me that he
Then
tries
he rapes
something?
you. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like having that fear. I mean, I can fight. Don't get me wrong, but like,
But still,
you
you
don't have
shouldn't
to.
have to.
No, I shouldn't have to. Or he's going down a road you don't know. Okay, is he about or a group of guys about to pop out of nowhere and take over? You know what I mean? Like, just crazy shit,
Walking
man.
past a group of guys gives me so much anxiety.
Yeah.
Besides them like sexually, like, looking at you with their eyes,
Hmm.
it gives you a lot of anxiety, because if they do something, girl, you might as well just lay down and open your lips at this point,
Yeah.
because there is nothing you'll be able to do.
Yep.
That's really scary.
Yep.
Definitely agree. That is so true. If we came together more, things will get handled. But the problem with society, unfortunately, I see everybody as for themselves. They'll talk about it on social media and repost things that deal with things that happen right in front of them, but they won't do anything. Nobody is proactive. Nobody wants to see change. Nobody is big enough to be like, hey, that's wrong. Stop it. So it sucks. Like at my job, when I see things wrong, I'd be like, yo, why are you doing that? Why are you talking to him like that? And then I was like, Gabby, I'm just saying, why are you talking to him like that? Just because you're a manager or a leader doesn't mean you have to disrespect people like that. And you know what? All the leaders at my job respect me because of that. Because I'm not going to sit here and let y'all talk to me, however. And that comes with anything in society, speak up. Say something, don't be mute. That's what happens in this world is when everybody's mute, nothing changes, nothing happens. And because of that one time you were mute, it continues to happen. You know what I'm saying?